Hello everybody, my name is John McCall and welcome to another Division 2 video. In today's video I want to show you another specific role in the Iron Horse raid. We take a look what build you need and how it works if you want to run Diagnostics on Major Williams. Let's get started. The specialization that I use for this is Demolitionist. The reason why are the 20% burn resistance and that you ignore explosions every 60 seconds. You also help out your group members cause they gain 5% damage to target out of cover. Make also sure that you spec the weapon type that you are using. My primary weapon is the exotic assault rifle Eagle Bearer. You can only get this gun out of the Dark Hours raid and it's one of the best assault rifles in the game. It has assault rifle damage, health damage and headshot damage on it. There are two talents on it. The first one is Eagle's Strike. Accuracy increases as you continuously fire up to 30%. Headshot kills grant the tenacity buff for 15 seconds. The strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. The second talent is the buff Tenacity. 40 to 80% of damage taken is delayed until the buff expires. All of the total delayed damage reduced for each enemy killed while the buff is active, up to 100% with 3 kills. This gun is a beast if your aiming for headshot is good enough, cause you have a lot of damage and a little bit of survivability at the same time. Also the 60 round mag is pretty helpful. The mods on it are 10% critical hit chance on the scope, 10% weapon handling on the underbarrel rail, 15% critical hit damage on the muzzle and plus 30 rounds on the magazine. As my secondary I'm using the named rifle Baker's Dozen. As on most of my builds I also play on this build an assault rifle combo. I love that combination and that is my go-to. This one is with rifle damage, critical hit damage and damage to target out of cover. The talent is Perfect Lucky Shot. Magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. It's a pretty fun rifle if you play in cover a lot. On this build I only use it for longer distance shots. The mods that I use are 10% accuracy on the scope, 5% critical hit damage on the underbarrel rail and plus 5 rounds on the magazine. On the sidearm I use a TDI card custom. You will not use your sidearm for this build at all, that means you can put there whatever you like. Now let's take a look at the gear. To run Diagnostics you need a lot of hazard protection and most important burn resistance. Let's start with the mask. I got a Seska Viroba mask. I use 2 pieces of Seska cause one gives me 10% critical hit chance and with 2 pieces I get 10% hazard protection. The rolls in it are weapon damage, critical hit damage, hazard protection and a critical hit damage mod. On my chest I have a Y'all gear. Y'all gear is Dark Zone only. Dark Zone only means it only drops in the Dark Zone, or if you're lucky it's on sale at the vendors, so make sure to check the vendors every week. The Y'all piece is pretty important for this build cause you get 10% hazard protection with it. It has armor, hazard protection, armor reaching and the protection from elites mod on it. The talent is Vanguard. Deploying a shield makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds and grants 45% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. Cooldown 25 seconds. This talent will help your teammates to stay alive, so make sure that you deploy your shield about all 25 seconds. On the holster I have a 511 piece. I use 3 piece 511 in total. That gives me 10% health, 20% incoming repairs and 10% hazard protection. Armor, hazard protection and critical hit chance are the rolls on it. The backpack is my second 511 piece with armor, armor regen, hazard protection, and I have a critical hit damage mod on it. The talent that I use on the backpack is Protector. When your shield is damaged, you gain 5% bonus armor and all other allies gain 15% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. Cooldown 3 seconds. Again, this talent helps you and your allies to stay alive during the boss fight. We continue with the gloves. These are 511 as well, with armor, hazard protection and critical hit damage. And the last gear piece are my knee pads. That is the second Seska piece with weapon damage, critical hit chance and hazard protection. I guess you already noticed that I have also a lot of red attributes, and that's the coolest thing about this build. You have a lot of resistance, but you're still able to deal a good amount of damage if you don't focus all on blue attributes. My first skill is the Crusader Shield, of course to trigger the talent Vanguard on the chest. I got a 4.9 active regen mod, 4.6% shield health and a 4% damage bonus per every enemy that is in front of my shield mod on it. The second skill that I use is the Revive Hive to pick myself or one of my teammates up in case of dying. Let's take a look at the stats now. I still got 88,000 base damage on my Eagle Bearer with 42% critical hit chance and 108% critical hit damage. I got almost 1.5 million armor, and now the important part, the resistance. I got 100% hazard protection, and that gives me 100% resistance against bleed, blind death, burn, disorient, disrupt, ensnare, poison and shock. 90% will be also enough, except for burn resistance, there you need 100%. I will show you why later in this video. Now let's jump into the raid. The first thing you need to do is check in the numbers of the 6 cogwheels in 3 different areas. This is a picture that shows you how you read the numbers of the cogwheels. There is also a description on it of a method to lock them in during the Pac-Man phase, but more about that later in the video. We start at the entrance. The left one is a 7 and the right one is a 6. Now let's move on counterclockwise to the next area. In this area the left one is a 6 and the right one is a 7. Now move on to the last area, again counterclockwise. And in the last area the left one is a 5 and 7 on the right side. Once you've finished with write down the numbers, take one of the chains to get to the top floor and run to the Diagnostics panel. As you see, the light is up at electricity. That means we start the boss fight with electricity phase. We normally only use the color to identify them. That means we call the phases yellow, blue and red. Press and hold the button till one of your teammates on the ground floor hit the electricity panel. As soon as this is done, you will hear an alarm, and that is your signal to jump off the platform. Even if you have 100% hazard protection, you need to jump down, otherwise you die. Sometimes the sound glitches and you don't hear the alarm, so make sure that your teammates call out for you when you have to jump down. Once you reach the last platform, deploy your shield to activate Vanguard. Run to the chain nearby and go up to the top floor again. As you see, there's still a lot of lightning up there, but you remember I have 100% hazard protection and because of that I can ignore that. Run to the Diagnostics panel to press and hold the button again. Next is blue phase. Hold it down till one of your teammates closes the 3 steaming valves on the second platform, and after that another teammate hits the blue panel on the ground floor. You will hear the alarm again, your signal to jump down. Same thing, deploy your shield and go back up. Again, I don't have to worry about the steam up here because I have 100% hazard protection. Run to the Diagnostics panel and press and hold it again. It is yellow phase again, hold the button down till your teammates hit the 3 sparkling electricity boxes and the yellow panel on the ground floor. Then again, alarm, jump down, deploy a shield and go back up.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Run to the Diagnostics panel and press and hold the button. Now that's how the red phase looks up here. And to survive that fire, you need that 100% burn resistance that I talked about earlier in the video. As soon as one of your teammates hit the red panel on the ground floor, the fire will stop and you will hear the alarm again. Jump, deploy your shield, go back up. These phases will not come in the same order every time, so there will be variations. You have to do each phase once, excluding the one that starts the boss fight. If the last one you did was red, you can go right to Pac-Man phase. Otherwise, you have to run Diagnostics again to check for another red phase. After you checked and it's not red phase, you can start with the Pac-Man phase. I normally start at the entrance. Run to the entrance and drop down 1 floor. There you see 2 wheels. We start with the right one and then go all around counterclockwise. You remember the first one was 7. There are 2 different methods to do this. The first one is listen to the game sound. You can count the clicks and you will hear a clack if the cogwheel locks in. The problem with this method is that everybody has to be quiet during this phase. Otherwise, you can barely hear the clicks. The other method that I normally use is that you count the seconds while turning, cause every second is a click. That means the first one must be turning for 7 seconds. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's locked. The second one was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Run counterclockwise to the next one. This one was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. The other one was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move on to the last one. The first one was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second one was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jump down, search for the nearest chain and go back up to the top floor. Now you can help out to kill some ads from the top during your teammates breaking the lava on the ground floor. Once the 3 lava gates are broken, run to this screen and call out the letters so that your teammates know which alphabet valve they have to shoot. You have to bring the pressure of all valves into the blue range. As you see on the first set, B and C are already there. A needs a bit more pressure and C a bit less, so call that out to your teammates. I use the phonetic alphabet to do this, that means I call out Alpha up, Charlie down. As soon every valve on the first set is in the blue range, hit the panel and it will bring you to the next set. On this set the calls are Foxtrot down, Hotel up. Next set, Kilo down. And the last set is Mike up, November down, Oscar up. After all pressure valves are set right, everybody should be at the top platform. From now on you have nothing special to do, you just help out to damaging turrets, the boss and doing ad control. The last thing I want to show you is what you have to do with the key. As soon Major Williams dies, he will drop a key. The key is either at the point where he died, or if you were able to kill him before he drops down from the platform, the key will drop by the player who's closest to him. If you pick up the key, get to the top platform and put the key in this panel right here, next to the Diagnostics panel. That was how you run Diagnostics at Major Williams and a build that you can use for it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have other ideas or versions for a diagnostic tank build, or if you have questions about this build or method, please use the comment section down below. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay tuned and don't miss any new video that I'm putting up online. Till the next time.